Hello friends, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get updates of things happening around you. I appreciate every one of you that have subscribed to this channel, and if you have not subscribed, I say thank you very much because I know that at the end of this news you are going to subscribe, and I want you to press the red button and also the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we publish any news. Thank you very much once again. Ohaneze youth declare intention to commence cattle rearing, beg Southeast governors for seed capital. In a bid to find a lasting solution to Esme farmers' clashes in the southeast, the Ohaneze Youth Council (OYC) has passionately appealed to governors in the zone to provide funds for farmers in the zone to indulge in cattle business and other livestock farming. In a press statement issued by the national president of OYC, Igbo Akaya, and made available to our correspondents in Owerri, the group contended that if such assistance was rendered by governors, it would not only encourage indigenous cattle rearing in the zone but also reduce unemployment. He also noted that the idea would end the constant Esme and farmers incidents in the zone. According to the statement, in view of the raging war in these past years arising from settling of cattle herders in the southeast and south-south regions, the Ohaneze Youth Council (OYC), ably led by Comrade Igbo Akaya, has seen reasons to urge governors of the Igbo extraction to mobilize funds and empower indigenous farmers in the region to embark on a large-scale rearing of cattle and other livestock, using the ranching method for adequate production of milk and meat to meet the agricultural needs of our people. To break the ethnic monopoly of the livestock business, since it has grown to become a problem for all our governors must step in swiftly to grant loans to our local farmers who engage in cattle ranching. We must break this monopoly, not only to sanitize and upgrade the livestock business and make it more rewarding, but also to put an end to these imperialist wanton killings and territorial claims. The statement further reads, OYC believes that this system will definitely improve the quality and safety of the beef and dairy products suitable for export and our local consumption. On that note, OYC is urging the Igbo governors to establish modern ranches to be operated by indigenous or by indigenes of their respective states and any other Nigerian who decides to key into by meeting the requirements for enlistment. It will also go a long way in eradicating the dangers of nomadic cattle rearing if the governors would work together to reinvent the defunct eastern regions ranches that were destroyed during the Biafra-Nigeria War. It is sad that after the war, the entire southern Nigeria appeared to have given up on agriculture as a business, allowing the north to take the initiative. While we were growing up, we learned of the Obudu Cattle Ranch and other ranches from where local varieties of livestock such as cows, goats, and sheep were reared. These varieties, which were indigenous to the overgrown vegetation zones, were much more nutritious and highly prized than their lean and long-legged Salian counterparts. In fact, the northern livestock were generally looked down upon as inferior to the southern breeds. For instance, when you hear an Igbo chief hailed Ogbuefi, the cow so referred to does not refer to the Sahelian, long-legged cows which today trample our farms and gorge on our crops. It refers to the shorter but heavier forest oxen which you do not find on the roadside butcher's table. It is a delicacy for specialized ceremonies reserved for title chiefs and those around them. Before the war, people kept those local variety of livestock as subsistence business behind their backyards. It is time we went back to this practice. Beyond the subsistence level, the state government in Igbo land can establish ranches and parcel out portions for the youth who are interested in livestock farming to embrace them. These youth should be trained to run these ranches as profitable businesses modeled on best practices around the world. Improved varieties of these livestock should be able to supply meat and dairy products that will make preferred alternatives to the nomadic Fulani cattle. Therefore, our governors must help our indigenous farmers by investing in cattle rearing and drive innovation in agricultural sector, as the high demand for beef in our state guarantees good returns on the investment. If this is done and the laws against open grazing are firmly enforced in Igbo land, there will be no more room for armed pastoral militias and their sponsors seeking to steal other people's ancestral lands under any guise of cattle colony or rural settlements, the statement said. I think this youth, they've really done well and they've really articulated themselves very well. It's a welcome development. I think and I hope that the governors in the southeast will be able to heed to this their call or to this their request. It will be a good thing and it will go a long way, to make sure that there is peace and to ensure that there is harmony and peace in that zone. Even if all region can even abide with this, if they can really embrace this suggestion or this idea that this OYC are really bringing to the table. Because when things are going on like this, the next thing is, okay, if we don't want this, if we don't want that, then what is the possible best solution? What will resolve this whole thing? I think this is the fantastic idea. If you ask me, it's a very, very welcome development, very fantastic idea. In order for us to be talking, okay, some people are like, okay, instead of that, you from the south east or south, or you that are complaining about this S-men and this cattle rearers, if you don't want them to bring cow from their zone, then you should stop eating beef, which is not the best idea. But the question I was asking, I asked somebody that, does it mean that the people of the southeast or the south or the other region that have not been practicing or that have not fully involved in this cattle rearing, can't they do this business? That was the question I asked. Some people were like, okay, everybody has their area of specialization. Some people are known for this, some people are known for this. But when problem comes like this, what do we now do? We have to provide solution to be able to make sure that everything, there's peace, that peace is really restored into that system, instead of fighting access, instead of the brain that we are supposed to use, or the wisdom we are supposed to use to making sure that things go on well for us. Will you be using that one to be creating unnecessary fights, which is uncalled for? So this is the best idea, this is the best solution that can really happen, that will just cop the whole thing. Because by so doing, like what they said, if the youth agree, or if the youth, or if the needed resources are provided for the youth to embark on this project, there will be law that there will be no open grazing of a cow, moving cow from places to places. Because then those people that will be involved, the youth that will be involved in this southeast, they will be more enlightened. They are more exposed. Of course, they will not want to do things the way other people are doing it. The so-called S-men, all these Fulani S-men. The problem those ones have is that they don't just want to change their way, and I think they don't just want to embrace development. They don't want to embrace technology. They don't want to embrace civilization. I think that is where we are having problem with these people, because what people are suggesting to them, that okay, let there be ranches all over the place. Okay, you have a designated place that you're going to be doing your business. They said no, they don't want to do that. They just want to be doing things the way they've been doing it, and the way you've been doing it is not helping the situation, it's not helping the society, it's not helping anyone, it's not even helping themselves as well. Because it's just moving from places to places and going with their children, being exposed to all manner of attack, being exposed to all manner of things that they themselves might not be able to contain at the end of the day. So if the idea that this OYC is bringing, suggesting to the governors, and I think they don't really have to look back, it's a good idea, it's a welcome development that will still promote employment, that will promote peace, that will promote the way things are being done elsewhere. Because we can't say it's only Nigeria or Africa that we have cows, or we have this issue of cattle rearing. We have it even in the developed countries, and they have a way of doing it. You wouldn't even know. They have a designated place that they do their things, and everything goes on well, and everything is in order. But in this our case, these Fulani people, they don't just want to do that, and that is why we are having problem. They don't just want to do it. Is when you have a ranches, or when you have a ranch that you are, rearing your cow, it will be more safe for you to be okay and all of that. There was a time they built schools for them, in all those places where they have ranches, but they still left all those places because their way of moving from places to place, it suits them, and they don't want to change from that. And the whole other regions are saying, no, let us do this thing this way, it will help us and it will make us have peace. But since they don't want to agree, people say, okay, we don't want you in this area. And if you feel that, okay, because you are the one, that have been in this business, nobody has monopoly to anything, it is only whatever you feel that you don't want to do, other people will do it better than you think. But if in as much you want to really open your mind and do it, you will still do it better. But if you just feel that I don't want to do it, and other people are doing it, okay, you think that these guys are professional. But now, since the youth have really agreed and they've come to conclusion that they really want to do it, it is a good thing that the governors will support them, and it will even help the governors, so that these farmers and elders clashes will not be there again. People, the new people doing the business in the state, the indigenous doing the business in the state, they will understand better. Of course, they can't be killing themselves and all of that. So that is just my opinion, and I would like you guys to, let's deliberate on this, and I would like to have your take and hear your take concerning the suggestion or the idea that OYC has brought even to the governors in the southeast. Thank you very much for always listening. Bye.